Hello, everybody. We are back. We are back. We are back. Welcome to the Pink Table Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in with us on our stream on Hope TV. Today, we are back with our special guests. I know you all enjoyed last week. I enjoyed it. It was really good, right? That part one was amazing. We got Pastor Jeff Fauntleroy. Say what's up, Pastor Jeff.
Hey, how you doing? Namaste.
So good to see. He's so much fun. And we've got our co-coordinator of the women's ministry, Miss Deidre. Hey, Deidre.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Yes,
Hi,
most definitely.
Deidre.
And of course, the man himself, Mr. Ron Clemens. What's up, Deacon Ron?
Hey, I'm good. How y'all doing? Good to be back. Like last week was exciting. Again, we appreciate y'all having us. We excited to be here. And look, we ready to talk about it some more. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I'm your host, Laria Reed. We are here. We are picking these men's brains. We are finding out some information, some questions that some of our women have that they want to know, that many of us want to know. And we just got this platform today. So make sure that you tag a friend, put somebody's name in the comments so they can watch it, share it with somebody, text them, let them know that we're on because this is some good stuff with these two guys of what they've given us so far. So I'm going to let Deidre lead off with our first question, and I'll come on back. Miss Deidre, what you got? I want to know what question
Okay.
you want to know.
Y'all ready? Okay.
We're
Let's
ready.
go.
So this question is mainly about you two. Okay, so what lessons have you learned or what have you learned about yourself from dating and being in relationships? Good and bad.
Oh man, honesty is the best policy.
Hmm.
Honesty is the best policy. Real talk. Like, um, be able to communicate effectively
Mm-hmm.
the good and the bad. Like when you see that there's a potential for things to go bad, be honest. And if you are the cause of it, be all right with saying, "Hey, listen, I messed up. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get this right?" Because if you're dating, prayerfully you have thought about your future and what you
Mm-hmm.
want the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life, or if you just want to be with a person for a period of time. Either one, I pray that you have given some thought to the person that you want to be around. Um, so be honest. Be honest. And if in fact you feel like, you know what, this is not what I thought it was going to be, I'm sorry, I had a great time with you, then, you know, be a friend in that. Be honest in that. But, if you're looking to get married or something like that, again, whatever it is, be honest. Be honest. Honest to
Mm.
God. It helps.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, Ron.
I agree. Coming from, and again, I'll give an example from somebody who was married for a long time. What I've learned is know what you're willing to put into a relationship before you get in a relationship, and
Okay.
be willing to maintain that energy and all of that throughout the duration, through the peaks and the valleys and all that, because all of those will come. So that's one thing you have to really know what energy it takes and be willing to keep that energy, because now, and I'm being very transparent, that is something that I failed at in
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
marriage, is maintaining that energy and that and that chemistry that it takes from a man's standpoint to uh in a relationship. So you have to know that that's what it takes, and you have to be willing to be okay with being wrong. You have to
Mm.
be, that you won't know everything, so you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself about your shortcomings and what it takes to fix shortcomings. So you
Mm.
have to learn. So for me, I've learned that. Now, some people learn it in different stages. Some people learn it while they're married. I learned some. I'm learning things as I, you know, being a divorced person, you look back and you look at mistakes that that you made.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's about looking at more of what I could have done, because it's easy for me to look back and say, well, if they would have done this, and be honest with you, you go through those stages and say, well, if they had done this, if they had done this, if they had done this, and part of that may be true, but that's not going to help me, and that's not going to help if another relationship comes along. That's taking that
Right.
into something else is not going to help. So you have to look at where am I, and what do I need. And so I've learned patience. I've learned what's really important to me. Like for me, my sons are my world, and they're older, but they're still so much a part of my. So knowing what's important and knowing what my deal breakers are. What are the red flags that just, that's not just going to work. So that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, and include the person in what it is that you're trying to achieve. If you're let's say you're in business or you're trying to do some things, include that person. Communicate to that person what it is that you're trying to do, so they feel a part of it. Don't you go one way, this person goes the other way. Talk about what you're trying to do. They may not be interested, but at least they know what it is that you're doing, because they may not be able to support you so much in the business, but they can take some things away from you in order for you to be successful in that. So include them in conversations about what it is that you're trying to achieve. And don't be upset if they say, well, look, that's not my thing, but what I can do is I can help you in another way. I can make sure you got peace at home. I can take care of this for you while you're doing this. But again, be honest.
Added to it, two other things what I learned about myself is that I had a bigger ego than I thought I had. I wasn't as grounded, and my ego was bigger than I thought it was. And I'm just now learning that, wow, you had an ego that was bigger than it should be. So I'm learning that now. But then I learned something. What I did learn good about myself is that what I look for in somebody is not superficial. So I did, sometimes you feel you learn things that are not really great about yourself, but then sometimes you learn things that are good qualities about yourself. So one of the things I learned is that I don't really look for the superficial. That just doesn't interest me. So that's just a positive thing that I learned about myself. That it just we talked on the last show last week about the makeup and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but I did learn about myself. It's just not about that. So that's a positive that I learned about myself.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah, so I was talking about communication and talking, letting somebody know. And that's what I learned. I learned that, sometimes you can go so fast in what you're trying to achieve and not include the other, then, it just doesn't gel well. And then you think to yourself, wow, you know what? Let me slow down and explain what it is I'm trying to do.
I like that.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason Claiborne, and you're tuned in to Tea and Worship with my sister Mignon and my brother Chris and Corey on Hope TV.
Father God, who is Chris?
Did I make up a name?
You said 3 hoes. You said 3 people.
Chris, what do you say, Chris? Chris. Let's do it again. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? This is Jason Claiborne, and you're watching Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey on the Hope TV. All right, I don't know where Chris came from. Bless all the Christians in the world right now.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor. It's time we take a step forward, come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences can make us stronger.
When will someone know that they need a coach?
If you're looking at your life and you're taking an evaluation of yourself and you're not happy with where you are and you can't seem to come up with what you need to do to become happy, then, you know, a life coach may be that individual that you need. Now, if you're just having a rut, just, you know, a week at a time, and you can kind of talk yourself out of it or you get over that, you may not necessarily need a life coach. But when you are really stuck and you've tried this and you tried that and it's not working for you and you just feel like you need more, then I definitely believe that a life coach would be someone that you can reach out to.
Well, kind of switching gears to our single women, this is kind of a practical question about shooting our shots. Is, you know, some of us are out here balling, some of our ladies, and they're shooting shots left and right. They're like, hey, how are you doing, brother? They don't wait for you to come up to them. They come up to you and say, hey, how are you doing? You know, my name is so-and-so. Would you like to grab a coffee? Or, you know, and what is that cool? Do you all feel like woman should, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. Is it a way to shoot your shot that's cool? Or is there a way that's not cool? Or should a woman, if from your perspective, just come on out there and say that she has feelings for you, she likes you, she wants to start something? Or should she wait for you all to make a move? Like, what do you think?
You know what? Can I jump in here?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, man, because when I saw my wife years before we started dating, I shot my shot. You know, I was like, oh, so, you know, I'm getting ready. She lived in Philadelphia. I was in Atlantic City, in Jersey. I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to come to Philly. You know, like, hey, where you live in Philly? Maybe I can stop past and see you. She said, oh, around so-and-so, you know where this street is? I was like, yeah. So it wasn't no address. I was like, oh, okay, boom. So I saw her maybe a year or so later, and I was out, you know, at a local place that we used to hang out at, be friendly and stuff. And she was like, Jeffrey. I was like, oh, okay. What's up with this all of a sudden? Last time I shot my shot, you know, you shut me down. And so I was like, oh, okay, what's happening? And you know, we hung out from there, and yeah, she shot her shot. She let me know that, you know, she was interested. I was like, oh, okay. And so, you know, if it's tasteful, you know, yeah, if it's tasteful.
Yeah.
Look how you looking.
Now y'all see what I do. I deal with on our show every week.
Yeah, right. He's like, he'll say if it's tasteful, then I'm like, well, what does that mean?
He's absolutely right. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a woman doing that. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Again, men like to know, just because again, a man might have his eye on somebody and not know her status or anything, and she may be thinking the same thing. So he may be just kind of waiting to see. Because sometimes men don't want to be disrespectful in their approach. So you know, we kind of hold back until we get more information. So if she if she's interested, there's certainly nothing wrong with at all. How you shoot your shot is more important.
Right.
Shooting your shot, again, showing a picture of you turned around with your behind all sticking on your post and stuff. That's not it. Again, you lead with the best part of you. And if you leading with your behind and that's the best part of you, guess what? No, thank you. Not again. It depends on what you're looking for. Now, you're looking for a one-night stand or somebody to just kick it with for a minute. But if you're looking for somebody who, like, I'm ready to spend quality time with somebody and do, you know, travel with, go to museums with, you know, go to church with, have dinner with, you know, spend time with, then there's nothing wrong with it. But we want the best part of you. And again, so you saying, hey, and I ask you a question, are you dating or anything, or if you have their number, texting them something like that, or even sending a message to a friend, hey, can you find out about them? And hey, this person wants to know your status. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't think less of you for that at all. We just don't. Again, men who are looking for somebody to spend quality time with, we're not interested in your body and all that stuff only. Now, if we get into a relationship and it goes somewhere, we'll get to that. We'll get to
yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We don't. We'll wait for a quality woman. We'll wait for that. We're not trying to rush to get to that point.
Yeah, and you know what? Like when my wife shot her shot, it was just an opening. That hey, I see you. Hey, I see you. Hey, I'm interested. Hey, I'm here. Now the rest was on me. So I would say, yeah, shoot your shot, but still let us hunt. Let us be men, because that's what we do.
That's good. That's a great point. I was going to tag on to that.
Just don't just open up the gate and let us in.
Right.
Like let us do what we know how to do. Let me show you that I'm interested in you. Let me show you what kind of guy I am. Let's talk. Let's hunt. But if you just open up the door like, here you go,
yeah. That's good. You make the introduction, but let us don't try to open up. And here's a mistake that some ladies make. It's okay for you to express, to express how you feel, but don't try to run. Don't try to lead the relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's fine for you to say, hey, I like you. But like Jeff just said, okay, all right, you like me? Okay, I like you too. Now let me take it and run with it. Let me lead. Don't you? Yeah. Well, next week we going here, and then next week, whoa, back up. Let me take the lead. Don't you try to rush it, because we do like to hunt, and we do like knowing you like us is one thing again, but a man still wants to prove himself to you, and he can't prove himself if you always up in his face. Well, it's too easy. Now we don't like
a real man.
We don't want it to be that easy.
A real man.
Yeah, we don't want it to be.
A real man wants to hunt.
Yeah, we chase after the stuff that we find valuable. Miners don't go in the ground, looking for, look stone. They looking for diamonds and rubies and stuff. They spend time. So yeah,
trying to get that down.
I like that word, the opening. So I get that what you were talking about with your wife, Pastor Jeff, about her. She gave you the clearance, like,
right.
Whenever you're ready, I'm here. But she did it in a subtle way, a feminine way, to make you feel like you could step in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I think that's the part that's really shooting your shot, is opening the door.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even have to go and say a whole lot. It's your body language sometimes. If a man comes up to you, because sometimes shooting your shot is if a man approaches you, just being open, and if your body language lets him know, okay, she's receptive. You don't even always have to say anything. That that shooting your shot is, he goes up and he compliments you. Thank you very much. I try to look my best. You never know who might be out here. That's letting him know in a subtle way. Okay, she might be down for it. I've been checking her out. So you don't always have to go up and go all the way, but just be like I said, create an opening for a man to come in. Yeah,
that's it.
Y'all got some good. Y'all putting us in the spot with these questions. Good.
I'm trying to tell you, set the path. Set the path. Set the path.
Okay, I like that. I hadn't thought about it that way. I like that a lot. All right, Deidre, it's back on you.
I'm trying to see, what do I want to ask the men?
Anything you want, Deidre. Anything you want.
Okay, this is about business and relationships. Okay, so how do you feel about business and relationships together? Do you think that would put stress on the relationship, because you're with the person all day long? Now we got to come home, and now we got to be husband and wife, do the kids and all of that, but the business has been stressful, how do you feel about that? Do you think that takes a toll on a relationship, a marriage, because you're together all the time, you know?
Wow.
So it's never like any away time to give the person
Yeah,
time
you
to miss you or
you gotta learn how to balance that. My wife and I, we had a UPS franchise back in Jersey, and she ran it during the day, and then I came in after I got off. I was an officer, and you know, when we came home, that was it. We home now. UPS is over. Store is closed. You know, we're home now. So that's something that you will have to learn how to balance and understand that when the business shuts down, which it never really does, but when you get home, because we had small kids at the time, we had to do homework, track practice, oracle contests, all that kind of stuff. So it's got to be a balance that you guys work out, and but it can be done. I've seen many successful partnerships in business, but you have to be intentional about making it work and setting some boundaries.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's it. Because again, like Jeff said, and I know people who have done that in business, and it can be done. But just like you said, you have to make the business day the business day, and then when the business day cuts off, there's a relationship that starts. You cannot have the relationship. You can't be the married couple. You can't be in that role in the office. You're married, but you have to. It's business. So even if you interact during the day, it's business. It's hey, this is the business. It's about getting this thing from point A to point B. Now, when the bell sounds at the end of the day, we walk out that door and you get home. It's a married couple. So I do think that now you might want to look at how you spend that day, because I don't think anybody. It's very difficult for you to spend all day long with somebody in the same space, go to lunch, go home, because there is no break from that. That can be a lot. But if you're there's some people that work in the same company, they work on different floors. They may not even see each other, but throughout the day, then you go home, so you don't. It feels like just a regular day. They may not ride to work together. They may just have two separate schedules. So I think it's easier that way. But if you have to be in the same space, you have to create those boundaries as though I'm Mr. Jones and you're Mrs. Jones at work. And when we get off work, hey baby, I'm home and all that, but you just, those boundaries are important.
You all know him, my boy, Will Smith.
His tone is a very conversational tone, and he has the ability to be a storyteller because he is a actor. And so this book was more of a page turner.
I really enjoyed hearing and listening to him narrate the book. Also, I think it was a really great book because he was just so open and honest. And I mean, I don't think he really left anything out. I mean, he talked about everything in the book.
And I just want to throw this out there, that this is basically one of my favorite memoirs. And you know how I feel about the other book that I have read.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
When will someone know that they need a coach?
If you're looking at your life and you're taking an evaluation of yourself and you're not happy with where you are and you can't seem to come up with what you need to do to become happy, then, a life coach may be that individual that you need. Now, if you're just having a rut, just, a week at a time, and you can kind of talk yourself out of it or you get over that, you may not necessarily need a life coach. But when you are really stuck and you've tried this and you tried that and it's not working for you, and you just feel like you need more, then I definitely believe that a life coach would be someone that you can reach out to.
One of my questions, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about men who lose their wives and how quick they get back in the game, or how fast compared to women. Most men will get remarried within like 2-3 years or whatever. And somebody like my mom, my father's been deceased 10 years. She's like, I'm not remarrying. If you talk to widows, they're always like, oh, I'm done, I'm through. But I've noticed with men, you guys go head on and get on back out there, and you'll talk about your former wife, and I miss my wife and whatever, and I love her, and I think she was the greatest woman ever. But now this is my new girlfriend, so and so. So my question is,
never, ever doing it again. I got my dog. I got the remote.
But you ain't hear the rest of my question. You didn't hear the rest of my question.
My bad.
So my question is, I know you all are men and you talk to other men who are widowers and all that. Why is it that I know the scripture said man should not be alone. Is that really the way you feel? Like you really need to have a wife? Or is it, do you all feel there's a reason why that happens compared to women?
I don't know. I think they gluttons for punishment. I mean, all right, I'm sorry. For me, it's year 31. And, God forbid, if something happened to my wife, I don't think I would ever be able to do it again, because we've shared so much and we're so open. I don't know if I had the energy that it takes to establish that again. And so for me, I'd be good. You know what I mean? I got my dog, I got my kids, I got my grandkids. I'm just gonna chill and watch Netflix and chill.
Yeah. I think it depends on where you are in life, because especially when you have older men, and something like that happens. The thought of being an older man, you get in your 70s and that happens, and you've been married 40, 50 years, the thought of spending those last... 70s. Not yet. You get that.
That's what he implied. That's what he was saying was... He's like, wait a minute, is he talking about me?
No, that's but the thought of... The thought of living those last 20 years or so, if you have them when you're 70, it could be very depressing, because that's the stage where a lot of men are retired. They're thinking about traveling the world with their spouse, and when that spouse leaves, and now you're left, your kids are usually grown. Sometimes your grandkids are grown, so it's just you. So the thought of having that companionship is there, and I think when you're younger, again, and you can think about it. Divorce similarly, some people get divorced and then in a year or two they're right back out there. Sometimes for some of it takes a while, because there's no rush. And for a lot of people, especially if you lose a spouse, you want to make sure that what you get the next time is not the same, but the quality is there. You don't want to have a great 55-year marriage and then you go out and now this next person is just coming in. They're nothing like your former wife. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't want to travel. So you like, wow, what did I do? So no matter how you find yourself single again, I think you want to kind of find out, make sure that, I know for me, if that ever happens again, I don't want to make the same mistakes that I made before. You want to learn and be at a place to where I am ready to receive that now, and I'm at a good place emotionally, financially, all of that, because all of that plays into it. Some people do it again because I can't do this by myself. I need that of the income. So, you know, you just have to look at all of those things. So I just think there's a myriad of reasons, but I think companionship is probably the first one that some people just, the thought of just being alone in that old age is, you know, is a lot. Women are usually the caregivers and the ones who run the house. So they're used to doing the, you know, taking care of managing that household. So they are a lot of times more equipped. They're not going, y'all not going to starve. You know, y'all know how to pay your bills, and y'all gonna be able to sustain y'allselves. Men, sometimes we gonna be going to church with a purple suit on and a blue tie and yellow socks because she's not there to match her clothes up no more. So we need that.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Y'all need some help, is what you sound like you're saying.
Nah, I'm good. I may have a friend zone. You know what I mean? Like, okay, friend zone, but all that other stuff, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Let me tell y'all something. I pray Pastor Jeff is never single, ever. Because that thing there.
Yo, y'all in trouble. If I'm single again, man.
I tell one of your children they gotta move back in with you to monitor you. You would need supervision.
Immediately. Immediately.
Yes.
Exorcisms. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, John, James, Obadiah, everybody.
Everybody need to go get healed because that thing there with that beard right here.
I'm be on my big Denzel.
Hilarious. Deidre, you got another one?
So let's see. So, question. Not a question that I'm going to ask you, but from what we've talked about and from what you've seen and heard out here, what type of encouragement or something you would tell single people dating, like warnings or encourage them to do something to where they won't make mistakes, just from what you've heard and seen out here? Because
social media is not permanent. Social media is artificial. Learn how to be yourself with a person. Be honest, and before you go out and try to date somebody, know who you are. Know who you are. Have some type of idea of where you want to be in life and what it is that you want to do. And then that will kind of narrow down the type of person that you are interested in. It will put you on the same vibe of a person that will enhance what it is that you're doing. And for me, hey, you know, I don't want to sound corny or stereotypical, but I prayed. My prayer was, Lord, listen, you know me, you know where I'm at. I need a wife, bruh. You know, wasn't no real theological prayer. It was like, bro, look here, doc. I need a wife. I need somebody that you send. Because if I do the choosing, it's going to be a problem. So I prayed and asked for God's guidance in what it is that was good for me and was pleasing to God. And again, try to know what it is that you're trying to do in life. And then as you're talking to that person, you'll see if that person lines up in the direction that you're trying to go to. But you can't do anything if you don't know where you're trying to go.
That's true.
That's good. And a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you ladies, it's not, and Jeff has a great point, but sometimes women, a lot of times, and some men, they try to make it so deep. It's really not that deep as far as what's out here. But Jeff said it, be you, be yourself, know who you are, and know your worth. And I will say this, quit valuing yourself like a Rolls Royce, but you showing hoopty mentality. You parading around like a hoopty, but you put value on yourself. Wow. You're saying you're a Rolls Royce, but if I look at your social media, look at your IG, look at your TikTok, look at your Facebook, That's hoopty behavior. Because real men, who somebody worth something, we not looking to take a hoopty home. We're looking for Rolls Royce, and that has nothing to do with how much money you have. It has to do with the quality of person you are, what you believe in, what's your values, what's your value system, and start and pay attention to the red flags. Quit ignoring the red flags because you're afraid of being by yourself, or you're afraid of what's out there. You know your worth, but quit. Don't act like you're worth a lot, but you don't, but you're not acting like you're worth a lot. But again,
yeah, because them hoopties will break down on you, bro. I run into a few hoopties.
You can't count on them. So again, just be you.
Can't count on them.
I'm tell you something, if a dude is into you and you're the one for him, he will take on the challenges that come along with being with you.
Wow.
He'll do it. He'll take on those challenges.
That's real talk right there.
He will.
That's real talk right there.
He will. He will. You may have kids. He will say, you know what? Let's just have an understanding about the kids. You may have money issues. He may have money issues. If a real dude or a real lady will say, you know what? We're going to figure it now. We got to come up with a plan because we may be in this spot. We ain't going to stay in this spot now. We're not going to do that. We got to come together. But somebody who's into you, they're going to be with you. And that's why I go back to, I said that ride or die. If you ain't willing to be a ride or die with somebody, you can keep it. You can keep it. Because it's easy when somebody's on top and they got everything going for themselves. It's easy to join the party then. But will you stay with somebody if they have nothing or lose it all?
Stay away from the hoopty. It don't last long.
They don't.
That's right. Because we were talking about.
Y'all see manual windows, you got to roll down the manual windows and stuff. Leave them alone.
Hey, that hoopty gets you around the corner, though.
He said just around the corner. Not anywhere, but just around the corner.
I cannot around the corner, that's all.
Yeah, but that's the truth, though, because I don't think we understand how important, and from what you all have been saying from part 1 and part 2, is how important our social media pages are, because that now is like the introduction to you. And even our employers go on to see social media pages. So, what you put on there matters. And I kept hearing, you all kept saying that over and over, kept saying social media. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting the message of what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense. And I hope, ladies, you all heard that.
Yeah. And nothing wrong with IG, with social media. Yeah. But let it be class. And there's nothing wrong with you having a picture. Say you go to the beach and you out there with your swimsuit on. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if every picture of you, no matter where it is, you have to be profiling to where, you trying to show, that's not, I'm telling you, it don't matter how fine and stuff you are. That's not the best part of you that we want. You can't build with just that.
That's
and
right.
Some women and some brothers think that you can just build with your good looks and your position. You can't build nothing with that.
That's right.
You can't. That stuff is going to shift. You live long enough or have anything happen to you, you better be trying to find somebody that if you get sick,
come on,
they
sir.
Gonna be,
that's right.
Are they going to be with you? Again,
I'm a
Maria,
witness.
your parents were married for forever, and your dad got sick. Well, guess what? Your mama, and I know both your parents, right there by his side the entire time. You better have somebody that's going to have your back, because it's not always going to be fun and games and all that. So you better know, and just said it, you better know what you're looking for in life. And if you're looking for somebody to just play with and have fun with, that's fine. But don't let somebody think that you're ready for something else, and now you out there playing games, because that's how people get hurt too.
Hey,
people ain't playing them.
That's so real, man. Listen, in 2016, man, I was in the hospital on my deathbed. I stayed a month and a half in the hospital. I came home. I couldn't walk. I couldn't use my wrists. I was on all these medications, man. And my wife, I mean, she's a nurse, but man, I saw what she did, and I was like, yo, her stock went way up. We renewed that contract. that contract got renewed because I was like, okay, you still down. I mean, it was like real deal. Like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this, we're gonna do this. It was we. And she shut some stuff down, like, no, y'all can't do this. Because I was pastoring at the time. So, you know, she really shielded folks from, you know, because, you know, the pastor, everybody want to do this, want to do that. And she held her ground. She held her ground, like, no, I got this. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was really not her true character at first. But she realized that, okay, I got to step up and protect our investment.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why it's real important for you to know where you're trying to go and be led to somebody who you think is going down that same path. Because like Ron said, man, you ain't always going to be, you know, felt like me.
That's right. You ain't always gonna look like that.
No.
Everybody
takes work.
gotta speak all this about
This takes work, man.
Takes work.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
But y'all, look, we gotta close this thing out. I have enjoyed this thoroughly. Y'all, we're over our time, but still it's been good. Ladies, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this time. This is amazing. We're gonna have to do some more again and bring you guys back. And hopefully we can do some
I pray that somebody get some help from this. You know what I mean? I pray that, you know, because I really want to see the sisters win and the brothers win. I really do.
Yeah, we want to see families do well, and we want to see good people with good people. You know, that's the whole point. That's the whole thing. So, yeah, but I am so grateful you all. Jeff Fauntleroy, Deidre, of course, is here with us on the Pink Table Talk, and Ron Clemens. Y'all, this was so much fun. We're going to come back and do this another time, but I hope you all took notes. We picked these men's brains. We're going to have some more questions. Y'all know we got listen questions. So we'll bring y'all back and ask some more. But thank you all for watching the Pink Table Talk. Thank y'all for being here. And we'll see you the next time right here at Pink Table Talk, Hope TV. Love y'all.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason Claiborne, and you're tuned in to Tea and Worship with my sister Mignon and my brother Chris and Corey on Hope TV.
Father God, who is Chris?
Did I make up a name?
You said three hoes. You said three people.
Chris, wait a minute, Chris. Chris. Let's do it again. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? This is Jason Claiborne, and you're watching Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey on the Hope TV. All right, I don't know where Chris came from. Bless all the Chris's in the world right now.